Welcome to Tier Fun. I am Andrew, your guide through Modern, and I am back and more graceful than ever, if I do say so myself. We're back here. M19, as you may or may not know, has been legal on Magic Online for the past week. It's about to become legal, I think, this coming Friday in paper. So, without further ado, we are here to play some Blue-White Spirits. I've been playing since I guess it was last weekend is when the sealed started, and then draft this week. I've been playing around with Supreme Phantom builds. I've been switching between this Blue White Spirits list and this Bant Spirits list, which is already 5-0'd actually. And we're playing Blue White today because I think the Bant list I think is good. It's been good. And everyone knows that. Maybe it's not necessarily tier 1, but it's been very good. And maybe, who knows, maybe Supreme Phantom is going to make Bant Spirits more of a big player in the metagame. Maybe not. We'll see in the coming days, weeks, and months. But I thought it was a far more interesting question to see maybe if Supreme Phantom made just straight Blue-White Spirits. Not necessarily just better, more playable. Just see what it did to the archetype. It's been around still. There's an occasional 5-0 here and there with the Blue-White Spirits lists, but Bant Spirits has been the flavor of the hour. Collected Company is really good in this deck, so it's a hard sell to not play it, but we're gonna try that sell today. I've been having fun with this list. You're basically trading out Collected Company for a better mana base, allows you to run Field of Ruins, R.I.P. Tron, hopefully. You get Aether Vial instead of Noble Hierarch and Birds of Paradise. It allows you to play around counter magic better with these 17 2-drops, all of which do something annoying, potentially, ranging from making all of our creatures indestructible to removing your entire graveyard, your opponent's graveyard. There are some situations, I have removed my own graveyard. It's not going to come up often. But anyway, Aether Vial also lets you trigger Mausoleum Wanderer consistently. So just to help you fend off those uninteractive decks like Storm, countering just bolts. Countering a bolt's pretty dang good too. This is also Bant Spirits and Blue-White Spirits, the best Phantasmal Image deck because we can give it hexproof. And things can get out of hand from there. The one thing that I found in testing, I was playing 4 paths here, and the Bant list is playing 4 paths. With Blue-White, I kind of felt like we wanted to get the game over quicker, and we were happier. So far, I've been happier unsummoning creatures than I have been accelerating our opponent's mana base. We'll see if that holds out. I've been testing it pretty extensively. This is actually one of the most tested decks I've played for the stream. I've been pretty excited about it. I still haven't decided which I like better, Bant or Blue-White. But things we're testing out today. Vapor Snag, is it better than Path in this deck? Curious Obsession, are we attacking enough that it's worth running 3 copies, or would we rather run, like, say, the 4th Remorseful Cleric? Or maybe just some Geist of St. Drafts here instead. Another cool thing about this particular build is outside of these Aether Vials, this is a pretty dang cheap list. So yeah, Rattle Change is my favorite card in the deck besides Spell Queller. It makes target, if your opponent is trying to interact with you, this is a living nightmare. It is so annoying. This deck, besides something like I don't know, Lantern Control, I think this deck is in the running for the most annoying deck to play against, period. Especially, I think it's the most annoying creature-based deck to play against because, oh man, if you're trying to Lightning Bolt any one of these guys, you are in for a hurt if this is on 2. Or if we just have 2 mana up. Here's hoping we get some early concessions due to flashing out a butt ton of Spell Quellers, Rattle Chains, Drogskull Captains for Hexproof. I'm excited. This deck's been good. We have kind of I feel like I say this every time, but it's the greatest hits package. The only weird cards we're running here, Nebelgast Herald in a deck playing against humans in specific. I've loved this card. Just we're tempo through and through. So being able to have another flash creature is good. Being able to tap down a creature can be good, and then having every spirit hopefully Hopefully we're flashing them in with either with rattle chains being in the battlefield. But we have we have 8 flash creatures without rattle chains, giving everything flash. Plus these 2, so that's 10 if we bring them in. We have a lot of ways to really mess up combat math for your aggressive opponents. It's also been pretty nice against a Through the Breach in Emrakul. Just tap it down and press F to pay respects for your opponent because they will not be happy. Burn and Forge Tender, not a wizard, just a good card for when we're playing against red-based decks. Ceremonious Rejection, yada yada. Anything else? Oh, we're running a bit of I'm running Kataki's War Rage. It's a spirit. I like 2 Stony Clerics, Stony Silence, sorry. Usually in decks like these, but I'm running a War Wage and a Stony Silence. These could just be 2 Stony Silences or 2 Katakis. One of the cool things about this deck is that you can run things like you can run Hate on a stick. So I think we probably just want to be running maxed out on War Wage Katakis. We'll see. That's something to watch out for. I'm doing the same thing with Cleric and Rest in Peace. So that's things to keep in mind. Oh, also Eidolon of Rhetoric for Snapcaster base. Is that Snapcaster based decks? Storm, obviously. That's KCI as well. And even Living End? Yes. And also that other deck. Oh, I'm not going to remember it, but it plays a lot of Mana Rocks and Lotus Bloom. We'll get there eventually. Anyways, that's the deck. Blue-white spirits. I'm excited to tempo some fools out today, and let's just get right to the matches. That's what we're here for, right? Here we are for round 1. We're on the play. Always great when the deck like this. Ooh, oh no! Immediately punished for running basic planes. And we're on the play. Our only play is Selfless Spirit. I think we have to mulligan this, but this is an island. I really like this hand. Rattle Chains is it's hard for me to mulligan any Rattle Chains hand, but we are gonna mulligan this one. Sure, this got a little better. I'd prefer to have an Aether Vial as always in any Aether Vial deck. Do we want the 3rd land? Don't currently need it. I think I'm okay drawing into it. Yeah. Boom. So with Supreme Phantom next turn, if we elect to go that route, we're kind of building our own better Wild in the Cattle. Triggers when it comes into play, gives it +1/+1 also, so it'll be a 3/3 flyer next turn. Ooh, no shock. Are they playing against... Oh, where's that 3rd land? Are they playing against Jeskai Control? Either way, I think Supreme Phantom's the right call here. If we were on the draw, I might wait for Rattle Chains, but making this a 2/2 on their turn invalidates all their removal anyways, and we get the biggest clock. And this is such a powerful card in this deck. It's crazy. It's pretty innocuous, right? But 2 mana lords are good. So now our Jeskai opponent is in a world of pain here. They don't know our hand, but they're really priced into spending a spell right now and hopefully having another one. Because this Rattle Chains, ooh, unfortunate. We are going to hold up Rattle Chains here. We're getting in for 2, we're actually getting in for 3 less damage here. But Rattle Chains is 2 OP here. Okay, here we go. This is why we hold up Rattle Chains. So, interesting. So they're going to path it. I think we're just going to let this path resolve for our 3rd land. We will get an island. I think we might. Yeah, I think we'll get an island. We have whatchamacallit coming around. Vapor Snags. The stack is really messy. Okay. Let's give you hexproof. All right, so now our opponent just 2-for-1 themselves to get rid, actually almost a 3-for-1 because we got an island out of it. Oh, we didn't fetch up our fancy island. I wonder if we'll get punished for that by the fancy island gods. So here's a good spot for them to have I guess a Snapcaster. Even then, they're only getting rid of one card. If they don't have anything here, though, ooh, Erayo. That could be an issue. I wonder. So this is an Erayo deck. Erayo? Sorry, I've never actually said that out loud. Is it flying? Yeah, flying 1/1. Oof. So these are the kind of little decisions we have to end up doing. Like if we had a Vial on 2 here, nothing to even worry about. We can flash in whatever's best. But since we do not, I think I'm just going to hold up Spell Queller. We get in for less damage. But I think that's just straight fine. Opponent's representing something. They don't have anything. So it's when you cast the 4th spell. Sure. I guess we'll let all that nonsense happen. We can also flash in Phantasmal Image to give something hexproof. So when it flips, you kind of have to turn your screen around to read it, but I think it'll just counter the first spell we cast always. So yeah, we can get it for 1. Fine by me. So we could flash in something like Remorseful Cleric here, forcing our opponent to Snapcaster. I think I'm okay just cracking in for 4, though. Our opponent has to do something. We're holding a lot, all of the cards, really. Depending on what they have, like, I don't know what an Erayo deck's playing. Please, just Manamorphose. Interesting. Spell Queller? No, we'll let that one happen. Is it when they've cast the 4th spell? Whenever the 4th spell of the turn. Okay. So we have to be careful with that with our flash creatures. So this is the turn opponent needs to do something. We're going to force the issue on their end step. Let's get some brown water while we're at it. I switched to this nondescript glass bottle for brown water. People thought I was drinking too much soda. Now, it's just a bottle. No one will ever think there's any other liquid in that besides just water. No innuendo, obviously, there. Let's flash in Selfless Spirit here. A land would have been so good at any of these times. All right, so they're probably going to get to flip Erayo. They're not going to get to flip Erayo. That's unfortunate for them. Sweet. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I think we just win here if they don't block. Well, obviously we win. Well, no, they don't. Okay, so opponent either in a rock and a hard place. We could flash in Supreme Phantom, pump our team, or Phantasmal Image to copy Rattle Chains, or pump our team again. So the Erayo deck drew a whole lot of air. Surprise, surprise. I'm not keen on counterspells here. I think we just might be good here. Remorseful Cleric might be worth bringing in over something like Phantasmal Image. I don't know, though. We didn't really see enough of our opponent's deck. They've got the classic Jeskai spells, so maybe cutting a Curious Obsession for a Dispel. Curious Obsession opens us up to 1/1 removal, even though our deck is pretty dang strong against 1/1 removal. Even damage-based removal with the Supreme Phantom. Also, what is the Supreme Phantom? It's like a metal head coming out of a hairy cloud with some things back there. I don't know. It's pretty creepy. So I think I am gonna hedge here. Let's bring in, where are you? Let's bring in the 4th cleric. I do a lot of switching around Selfless Spirits and cleric numbers, just for what I assume what deck we're playing against. I think cleric is gonna be quite good against our opponent. Ooh, these Vapor Snags probably not gonna be that good. This is one of those you keep if there's a Aether Vial hand. A single land is great. Opponent kept. This hand's too good. I think I'm going to keep it. We get 2 draws at a land. Or an Aether Vial. Alright. If we're not going to draw land, that's the only card I want to draw. Also, I would have got max punished. Well, I guess I kind of got pretty punished for bottoming that land. I was pretty greedy last game. We got bailed out by that path. But still. Opponent deciding if they want to force spike this? I don't know. I don't know what they want to do with this on the stack. I guess they're thinking if they want to opt right now. There's no way in hell I'm countering an opt in this situation, though. Opponent. Control cannot beat this card. It's a pretty dang good card. This whole deck is good against... it's not good against sweepers, but it's Supreme Phantom does make us better against sweepers because now we have more lords. But it's very good against removal, targeted removal. Opponent's got something. Path me. Path me, please. I've never wanted to be pathed more in my life. Please path me, please path me, please path me. Don't be Erayo. Oh, I wish I could counter that. That's the only downside of this. It's instant and sorcery. I would counter that for sure. Oh, yes. So we're going to make the same play. It allows us to get in for 3. I know I said I might do it differently on the draw last game, but this is pretty good. We're going to play a bit more aggressively this time. So if we get a land here, we do not. Ugh, gross. Well, we don't have to decide now. I want this rattle chains in play. So we're just going to pass. These snags are so bad. We should not have them in the deck. Alright, opponent is going to get rattled again. Chain style. Remand is acceptable. Please draw land here. Okay, sweet. Wow, that's really good. 1, 2, 3. Oh, also I changed up the way the graveyard. Usually I have it popped out. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like this way better or not. I kind of do, but if people really hate it, then I'm okay. I'm okay changing it. So we're just gonna jam. I'm pausing here because this is actually kind of rough. They could have untapped land or white source Supreme Verdict. So in that case, we're gonna just play the vial. Another card that Control has a very hard time with, Aether Vial. Opt resolves. So opponent has 4, about to be 5 cards in the graveyard. I assume they're milling aggressively here with search. Maybe not though, now that we've shown Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin is just a very good card. Especially if things had... Okay, this might be the pièce de résistance. I wish we could flash this in. That Remand's actually pretty annoying. Not having a Rattle Chains in plays. Oh, they did not get it. Interesting. Anger of the Gods. Well, they know about Rattle Chains, so I'm assuming they have a Remand for this. Because if they don't have a remand, we can just counter it. All right, looks like they have it. Sure. Now we can counter it. So we still have a Supreme Phantom in play. Opponent's at 4. We're going to attack for 2 because I think we're just jamming this. Yep. Start ticking up there. So this means if their removal is another Anger of the Gods, we play around that by giving Supreme Phantom 4 toughness. The other line is playing probably just Selfless Spirit and holding up Vapor Snag, but I think we're in a good spot here. I don't think there's a way opponent gets out of this. Snapcaster Angered, I guess it does do it, doesn't it? Yeah, for some reason I was not factoring in that this was a 3/3. So they get the 2 for 2 themselves here. But we have 4 spirits in hand. We can get rid of this Search for Escanta. Definitely ticking up to 2. Oh, and a Spell Queller. Wow, still had all these. I think it's best for us to just get rid of this, though. We're not gonna. No, we're not gonna. So they can get 1 activation out of it. The fact that if I didn't draw Spell Queller, opt. I mean, we could just Queller that, but that's pretty low value. Opponent knows about a Rattle Chains. I'm not even, unless a spell is really effective on this board, I'm not even going to Quell it, I don't think. Braid. Well, okay. The fact they're making us do it this way means we should probably get in Selfless Spirit here. Though Rattle Chains, and then we could flash in another Rattle Chains. Maybe we'll do, yeah, we'll do that. We'll bring in Rattle Chains. Our good friend Rattle. And it also holds up Vapor Snag here. They need to respond to this because we're giving it Hexproof. I don't know if you've noticed. I hope you have. This is exactly the kind of style of games this deck ends up playing. Just really annoying. That's the one takeaway you should be getting from this, is how amazingly annoying this is. Like, we're at 20. Opponent really hasn't done much to pressure our life total anyways, but they've had to jump through hoops to get rid of our spirits. Interesting. Well, I'm just going to flash in Selfless Spirit here. So they need 2 removal spells, and we've got Spell Queller. So they really wanted to do it on end step when we were tapped out, but I think they're just dead anyways. Cryptic Command. All right. The pièce de résistance. Spell Queller. GG's. Oh man, this deck is great. It kind of plays a little like Delver, but slightly less aggressive and 10 times more annoying. Like, when you can make this a 3/3 on attacking on turn 2, it becomes the clock is real, and the interaction, the passive interaction, the mere threat of me sacrificing it will send most targeted based removal decks crying for the hills. Brown Water. Let's get to game 2. Here we are for round 2. Oh man, press F to pay respects, man. That was a good one. No lands though. Well, hello there, perfect hand. Keep. Ooh. I think I'm gonna keep that. Curious Obsession, depending on the matchup, is bonkers good. Ooh, I don't know. Might be good, might be bad here. I'm not expecting my life total to be under threat, so we're just going to get that Hollowed Fountain. I'm also not expecting Blood Moon. And we're just going to jam this Aether Vial. We could have led on Wanderer, but I just don't think it's Storm. That's about the only reason I would ever lead on Wanderer. just so I don't die on turn 2. So we're gonna hold this Curious Obsession, and we're just gonna pass here. We get to flash in a Wanderer in case opponent tries to resolve a Kolaghan's Command or something. Yeah, this is... Ooh, yep, Tasigur. Probably Death Shadow or Grixis control list. Gonna need a healthy dose of brown water. Yep, that'll help me. Okay. We're gonna let opponent take Selfless Spirit or Curious Obsession. Should have fetched beforehand. That's a bit of a mistake here. Opponent gets to react to my fetch if they want to. Yep. So they were going to be able to do this anyways. I think it's still correct to sacrifice in response. There's a chance opponent will misclick. Okay. So yeah, that was still going to happen, but it's not. Oh, let's get that good island. We don't want to mess up and get that good island. Or miss on getting good island twice. They were still gonna bolt it in response. Is the long and short of what I'm trying to say very awfully here. So $10 says they take this Curious Obsession. If they don't, that means they have another removal spell. Woo! Oh, they're not respecting it. They should respect it. Maybe they'll do it here. Well, I mean, they know about Flooded Strand. All right, bolt in response, and then we lose. Oh, please let this attack go through. Oh man, I'm so happy. Oh, now I'm a little less happy. Definitely wait to play your lands, kids. Don't be like me. So we drew our one card off this. It's not the end of the world if this gets bolted, but I really hope it doesn't. I'm not going to fetch. It's a pretty brutal place for a Kolaghan's Command. Though, opponent wanted to do it last turn. Whoa, interesting. Getting back Tasigur. Thought for sure this was getting dealt with. We are definitely ticking it up to 3 now. Okay. Play that Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. Pretty sure they have access to double black. And they already have the basic mountain. Do I Field of Ruin now? I might just do it in their draw step. Well, no, because they have a Tasigur, so we want them to... We don't want to add stuff to their graveyard. We might do it on their end step, though. Another Kolaghan's Command? Oh, Tasigur, sure. So let's fetch... This is a situation where your first couple spirits get dealt with, you don't draw another one, where you wish you had access to Collected Company. So this is one of those where like Banned Spirits would be very good right here. We'd be drawing into something at least. Right now, our only real hope is drawing Spell Queller or another Drog Skull Captain. A land here's so bad. No, why did I say that? Okay, it's fine. Oh, okay. This is actually a pretty decent matchup for us. We just couldn't get our rattle chains out in time. Sure. Let's say no. Okay. That's pretty good. If we can just draw gas from here on out, I think we're going to be okay. going to do in the draw step. I assume they activate here. Oh, they don't. And now, if they're playing more of a Grixis control list, we will regret not waiting for Search for Escanta. I'm also not too keen on giving them stuff in their graveyard. So maybe that's a little bit greedy. They do have a basic swamp. Fatal Push. Not today, Satan. Kolaghan's Command. If they do something here, I'm going to activate Aether Vial even though we don't have anything. In fact, I probably should have activated Aether Vial first. So let's see if they let this resolve. They're assuming they have to assume Spell Queller or something here. So this might get them to yes. Okay, this is great. So we got them to burn a lightning bolt, even though this push was going to work. So, don't get it twisted. This was still very bad for us, but this was the best this could come out for us. So we bluffed our opponent, so that's at least good. We got them to spend the lightning bolt that they won't have for our next guy. And they'll forever be left wondering if we had it or not. We need something good here. Like I said, we still need to draw runners. That is not a runner. "98% of the time, activating this to just for shits and giggles or whatever doesn't really do anything. But that was one of the situations where you want to activate even if you don't have anything, so your opponent's forced to react. Yeah. Let's just kill ourselves here. Oh no, we can't even. Oh, that's embarrassing. We can't even. We're out of flooded. We're out of hollowed fountains. Oh, that sucks. All right. So this is a matchup where I don't think they have much in their. If they have like a Pyroclasm, we're gonna really regret not bringing these in. But we're not gonna bring these in. Rest in Peace, Remorseful Cleric sounds good. Rest in Peace sounds a little worse. Dispel seems awesome. Disdainful Stroke gets their delve threats, but that's pretty much it unless they have... This could have just been a really slow Death Shadow hand. It's not very likely considering what they fetched for. So it can't... I'm going to just say it's not Death Shadow. So this does get a little better. Vapor Snag's still good. I definitely want these two. Curious Obsession, I think, is also one of our better cards, though. And Nebelgast, this is one of those, I want all of these cards, but what do we even take out? Because all these cards are really good, too. Like Spell Queller is great against all of their interaction. Rattle Chains, you're never going to side out, ever. These are unside-outables. Hexproof is phenomenal. +1/+1 can be great. It might be that this is actually something. Every card of theirs deals with this. I think it's just fine. So do we just go down on Curious Obsession? Sure. I could cut a Selfless Spirit. I think we're gonna win by saving our guys and using these proactively. Yeah, sure. We actually have a pretty, I would say, great Death Shadow matchup because of how aggressive we are. Oh, man. 4-lander, that's no good. I think we can mulligan this. These are pretty good cards, though. I think we need, I'm looking for a 1-drop. Okay, I'll keep this. We're gonna aggressively bottom. Play this out because we don't want to draw that next turn. our turn 2 play is just going to be Remorseful Cleric, pass. I guess we could wait on a Rattle Chains. I think, yeah, we'll go with Rattle. Still don't want to draw that that Hollowed Fountain, so we're leading on Seacroom. Also, it has diminishing returns, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. All right, pray to the Lords of Brown Water. We need this one, Brown Water. Thought Scour, sure. I wonder if they Thought Scour if we have Cleric out. That'll haunt me forever. Ooh, yeah, this is definitely Shadow. Or Control. No! No, my Cleric! Got greedy. Well, now we're just going to hold up Spell Queller. Let's get out of Plains here. Let's not do the bad fetching last time, like we did last time. Here's hoping for Kolaghan's Command. Nothing. We're just going to tax them on their end step. No reason to flash this out without value. If they want to bolt something here, they're welcome to it. It's going to be push, though? Interesting. Oh, I don't know. I guess they just really want that red source. It's got to be a bolt. Man, if we had a Rattle Chains in hand, this would be so punishing. Instead, we just get to Cleric it. Also, if we had a... crap, this is Island, so we need Plains here. They don't get it. Interesting. Well, we could be playing into Board Sweeper here, but I like getting 8 or 6 power in the air. Especially with Spell Queller and Drogskull. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we dare? I don't think we dare. We wait. This deck is chock full of targeted removal, so flashing in this Drogskull Captain is going to be OP. Okay. Opponent just might not have anything here for us. Okay. If they give us priority, I'm sacrificing. Okay, they're not. Actually, no, I don't think I am. There's nothing they can really snap back here. Alright. If you have something, you need to do it now, is what I'm telling you. I don't know what they could have, though. Like, is it Staticaster is kind of annoying. Electrolyze isn't even the worst. Wow. So they're just going to get this? Sure. Cool. Yeah, then we just win. Sweet. Okay. Blue-white spirits. I think we're good here. They showed us Anger of the Gods, so maybe we want to bring in Forge Tender. But Mausoleum Wanderer, maybe we do bring in Forge Tender. Okay. Is this damage? Alright, so it's... Oh, I didn't even see this. Poor OP. Dispel still good. Vapor Snag still good. Maybe we just need one. So opponent milled their own mountain. We were both not paying attention to that. The downside. That is the downside. Okay, well, I want to mulligan this, but we're not going to. Too good. We have an answer to their first Delve threat, which they've shown they're going to play aggressively. Pretty good. This hand spell's annoying for them. I'm assuming they'll just take the Rattle Chains. Could also cut us off of Spell Queller. Now that they've seen the Vapor Snag, it's not as good, though I guess they disagree with me. Ooh, what a rip. Oh, wait, no, they got the Rattle Chains. Man, my eyes aren't with... You take a little break. You take 1 week off. Also, yeah, sorry about no video last week. It was so close to M19 that I figured it was just pertinent to wait. Not that I think M19 is going to switch up the metagame too much, but it might. Opponent knows about Selfless Spirit, so I'm just going to jam it. Oh, yeah. That's great. We will also be activating Aether Vial in response to any targeted removal. Bitter Blossom, pretty good against us. Wow. Quelling that would have been very nice. So we're just looking for a Lord here. That's not a Lord. Thankfully, Spell Queller can attack through those tokens pretty easily. Our goal is to make our opponent regret the choice to bring in Bitter Blossom. It is great against us, but if we're aggressive enough, we can punish it. So I think the line here is just getting making Rattle Chains. 1/1. I want to save these for value. We are taking up to 3. If they have a Kolaghan's Command, they probably want to use it. Interesting. Well, let's just quell it. They know about this, so it's an interesting... They have 2? They still only get... Okay. Sure. Well, that was good, I guess. Land? Field of Ruin, not the land I was looking for. But, let me think for a second. I don't think they might have Liliana, and then I'll regret playing this Aether Vial. Get a free attack here. I guess we're playing it. I'm choosing, by playing it, I'm saying that I'm playing around another Kolaghan's Command before I play around Liliana. Though the fact that we have Spell Queller on this Aether Vial maybe means we don't have to do that. We are once again just saving the Spell Queller. I'm going to say this one's the first one, so that's a no. And this one's the second one, so that's a yes. Ooh, double Vapor Snag. I think I aggressively use that. Get in for 3. They can't resolve anything too scary. If they have 2 removal spells, this is aggressive. Fatal Push. Okay. We did activate that. Make sure to target the right thing. So another removal spell here kind of ruins our day. The plus side is we have Moorland Haunt. Okay, wow, this is good. This is good. Moorland Haunt's going to do a whole lot of work for us. Opponent's down to 7. I don't think they can kill us off of their Bitter Blossom tokens before they die to it, which is awesome. Like, even if they wipe the board here. So we get to swing in here. Every removal spell becomes a spirit token. Yeah, we're doing it here. We're doing it. Take that, control. Just get another spell queller. That's all I'm asking for. No. That doesn't do anything. So let's just attack in. That activates the Fatal Push if they have one in hand. Do they have nothing? Snapcaster. So I could go for a Field of Ruin on this Blood Crypt. Does that matter? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we actually don't want to do that because we don't want them to flip search. So they're going to get to wipe our board here. But I think the damage is done. Unless they have a removal for their Bitter Blossom, I don't think they can beat us. It was the modern powerhouse that is Moorland Haunt. You can see how a Spell Queller, obviously Spell Queller or Rattle Chains in that spot, just the game's just over. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So they will be able to flip it anyways. All right, so here, which means waiting was infinitely better. Ooh, do we want to do it? I think so. It does cut our clock down because we didn't play this land because we're dumb. Yeah, we're still doing it. So if they want to do it now, if they want to activate it, they have to activate it now, which torpedoes their whole turns. All they're doing is getting in for 2 with Snapcaster. And if they're playing counter spells, which I kind of doubt, Kolaghan's Command. Okay, so one of these is going bye-bye next turn. So they have Island or... Let's get Island for us. Good Island. Yeah, Island or Mountain are their basics. And they have 3 turns to kill me. While I mount a defense force and spirits. Come on, Spirit Lord. Make my spirits invincible. Yeah, we're not activating either one. Putting them both at 3 is kind of good, but I think I'm going to force them to use their... Oh, shit, I pressed yes, didn't I? No? Okay, well, we got semi-rewarded. I definitely meant to say no there, but now, at least, we're giving them 0 choice. Like, they have to get one with 3. They can't get a 2. Though I would prefer to have that on 2. That was just a misclick and a mistake on my part. Yep, we're just going to let this happen. We're not actually going to play this out because they have Kolaghan's Command. They can get us if we do it like this. We should have... That's another reason to... Let's get rid of Spell Queller. Another reason to not play this land. So we should have played it the turn before. We shouldn't have played it this turn. Because we knew they have Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command? No. Interesting. That is pretty good, but we have lethal. GG. They need... Yeah, they don't have it. All right. Whew. So Cryptic Command was the out that I wasn't thinking of. Thankfully they didn't have it. Though we did give them that island. I guess they had an island anyways. If they had had it earlier, that might have made this game a bit tighter towards the end. But, whew. Blue-White Spirits doing its spirity thing. Getting spooky, stealing game. Whoa. Game 3. Blue-White Spirits. And we win the die roll. Pretty gangster, if I do say so myself. And speaking of gangster, look at this sweet hand. I'd obviously prefer an Aether Vial, but I'm not going to ever turn down double Mausoleum Wanderer, ever. This card, I just really like it. I really like a lot of the Spirits cards. They're just so... Oh, they're just good. Hollowed Fountain. This is a hand that cannot cast Drogskull Captain, though. So that's something to be worried about if we don't draw a colored source. But we'll cross that bridge eventually. We'll get there. Don't you worry about it, chat. I don't know why I call you guys chat. I guess that's a habit from Twitch. Dear viewer. Ooh. If they cast a Faithless Looting, I will counter it. This is not a Faithless Looting. It is a Fatal Push, though. I'm going to counter that. That was weird. Weird pop-out situation. So what's better here? So they have a removal spell. They'll just spend it on this Wanderer. We won't be able to do anything about it. I think I'd rather play Cleric. The reasoning behind it here is that if they want to remove it, we at least get their graveyard. And being that they played Fatal Push and they're playing black-red, I'm imagining they have a way to use their graveyard. Next turn, I think we just draw a Skull. It's too OP. Too OP not to. Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we're not draw sculling. Well, now I wish I'd wandered. I kind of just assumed they wouldn't have more than... they gotta have another land. They're just waiting to play it. If they're stuck on one land, though, I'm going to so regret. So regret. Though, what looks worse? Sacrificing a Mausoleum Wanderer with one land in play? No, probably that's probably just fine. They take the Spirit. Okay. Ooh, get in for 3 here. I don't even hate land. In fact, I'm kind of hoping we draw land. Wait, why am I saying that? I don't hate land, but I wish we had 4 lands. Is where I'm really at. I would, because playing out Wanderer here, it's pretty good. I could also cut opponent off of red or black, which we'll be doing next turn. So opponent gets to remove Drogskull here. We get to Kraken for 2 again. Looting. Interesting. So this is Mardu Pyromancer. Which, I don't know what kind of... I haven't played against this yet. I assume we're pretty good with main deck Remorseful Clerics. They have to have a land now, right? Please no more removal. Oh, so good. Oh boy. So we play this first. Make sure it resolves. You can counter anything that's coming through. We're about to go ham. Ham alert. Nothing better than a hexproof Phantasmal Image. Like I said earlier, best Phantasmal Image deck. I think this is just game over, right? Yep. Pew, pew, pew. Spirits. So good. So we want our Rest in Peace. Eidolon's kind of good too, but I don't think we're bringing it in. Burnt and Forge Tender. If I see a sweeper, I'll bring it in. Where's our Cleric? So these are our ins. They have a lot of sorceries. Disdainful Stroke's pretty great against their big beefy. Oh boy. Snag is fine. Obsession's okay. I definitely want... Oh, they're already in here. Snags, they don't run too many delve threats. I think I'd rather attack their graveyard. And I don't think we even really... The only card we don't want to see is Lingering Souls. So I think we're just gonna do it like that. I think this is just fine. Cards that we could bring in, all these 4, 5, and maybe even snag as well. Nebelgas could get good as well. I think they don't have enough flying blockers outside of Souls. So we have 4 clerics and a rest in peace. Pretty great. Curious Obsession is the card I will cut. Actually, it might behoove me to cut the vials here. I didn't even think about that. I think vial is the cut, actually. Because it's technically card disadvantage, and it is great against their removal. Because, like I said, they have a lot of sorcery speed removal. Or sorcery speed. Their deck is pretty sorcery speed. I guess they do have terminates, bolts, and pushes. I don't think they're running too many red boars. Opponent deciding if they want to play first. Do you want to play first, opponent? I would say you do. If only because this deck can get out of control. I think that was our most busted draw yet. So, yeah. Oh, no! Just a single land. I keep this in a heartbeat. I am that greedy. Mainly because they can't destroy this until turn 3, so we'll get at least 2 activations out of it because we got a 1-drop. Wanderer Supreme Phantom is my favorite curve too. Ugh. This is one of those, if you're in paper, you mulligan because you're not insane, but you do look at the top card just to make sure you would have got there. This hand is not exciting, but we are keeping. The 3rd Phantom. It's actually really good. I'm going to keep it. The reason being, Lingering Souls is the best card they have against our entire deck, and this is our best card against Lingering Souls. It's basically a spirit battle in that situation, and when you have 2 spirits battling, the one that looks creepiest usually comes out on top. So Supreme Phantom, always put your money on Supreme Phantom because that's one creepy freaking spirit. If you don't make yourself laugh, what are you doing, I guess? I'm good at drawing a land. So we'll play this island. They might also have Blood Moon, so this is going to fetch a plains anyways. Chug. Oh, brown water. As always, the stream is sponsored by Brown Water. Brown Water, where would we be without you? So opponent had no turn 1 discard spell. Fist Pump is just going to pass this turn. Fingers crossed. If they just play the... I was going to say, if they just play Young Pyromancer, we're in trouble, but I don't know if that's even true. Well, there it is. Selfless Spirit. Okay. I'm tempted to not fetch a basic, but because they've got two how you say, bad lands, blood moonable lands, but I'm gonna stick to my guns. I wish this had flash, you know? If Supreme Phantom had flash, I think this would be the best, hands down, the best tribe in Modern. A Flash Lord, good, sweet God. A Flash 1/3 Lord? Yes, please. So, maybe actually, I didn't think about it. In fact, I didn't think about it at all. But I'm pretty sure this was just the best play. It means they can attack through. But we want to hold these because they're good. I guess because we have 3 of them, we don't need to hold them. Oh, Golgan's Command? Terminate's whatever. To note, we cannot Curious Obsession next turn because it sacrifices itself if a creature doesn't attack. So if, say, we lose the Supreme Phantom, we can't. Ooh, is this Liliana? Liliana's pretty good too. Lingering Souls, yes. All right. Not the best, but it'll do. It'll do for now. So we're just going to untap, slam another Phantom. And we're going to play on the old defense mode for a little bit. I block. Let me block. Attack into me, please. I don't think you have mutagenic growth. No. Why didn't we get a non-basic? So we can play... Gross. I guess we'll just hold off on this. We're definitely attacking. We got to grind them through souls eventually. Yeah. Oh, Curious Obsession. Oh, fetching a basic land. We'll feel better about this if they slam Blood Moon next turn, but that might have been a bit too safe of a line. Because getting to draw a card that turn too. Ooh, Chef's Kiss. All right. So we're gonna have 3/5 Phantoms next turn because you know I'm playing that next Phantom. Opponent has 4 cards in hand, Souls in the graveyard, and they just played a Bloodstained Mire, so I don't think they have Faithless Looting in hand. So there's Liliana, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, we're definitely playing. So they can bolt that one now? Hope they don't. We do block. And they don't want none of this. They don't want none of this beefy Phantom. Okay. I'm hoping that's their trump card. Why? Non-basic. Non-basic. Please, I'm so sorry. Ugh. It's so good here. Alright, we're just going to play it. Sorry, Supreme Phantom. We just got to empty out more of our hand. Got to do it. So unfortunately, this does not get around minus effects. Though if your opponent ever casts a -X spell, we're attacking Liliana for sure. Should not have attacked here. Little known fact. I was too busy talking. I was not paying attention. That's a punt. That's just a brain fart. So yeah, they can't punish me here, but making indestructible only matters for destroy. Minus effects or state-based effects. So it'll just mean your creature just goes to the graveyard basically. Let's see if they block here. I guess it really doesn't matter. So they have 3 flying blockers next turn, but that won't be enough to stem the tide, especially because we can play another Phantom. Liliana will survive. We'll see if she pluses or not. I'm sure she does. I think plus is too good for them, especially because they don't have anything in the graveyard. I hope their hands full of Kolagon's commands, because we can beat that with with Team Lord. Hashtag Lords. Ooh, is a push. Nah, I think they're just getting a dual land. So since M19's gone live for Magic Online, I don't know if this is just for me, but it's been laggier than usual. I don't know if I'm just playing against opponents that are playing a little slowly. That's totally fine. I'm not. No judgment here. I'm just an observation. So I don't know. Maybe if you guys have been experiencing more lag than usual, then I'm here to tell you so have I. So Fatal Push. Dreadbore? Terminate? Engineered Explosives. Well, it just gets rid of Selfless Spirit, so that's fine. And they can either play Lingering Souls, or it also gets rid of their Young Pyromancer. Oh man, that's pretty gas. Goodbye, Young Pyromancer. Okay, this is pretty ideal for us. We might get a concession here. Opponent spent their turn to get rid of my Selfless Spirit and their Young Pyromancer. Oh, that's gotta feel bad. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry. I'll drink some brown water for you. I've been there. We've all been there. So I think they played a land. Yeah, they played that Bloodstained Mire. So they can't even Lingering Souls. Yeah, this is not gonna end well. Not gonna. That's a 2-for-1 for opponent. For us, really, they lost their Young P and their Engineered Explosives. They're probably, yeah. If we didn't have Mausoleum Wanderer and then they removed one of our, like, if they did that and then they got rid of our Supreme Phantom in response to that trigger, then that starts getting into the okay trade territory. But the fact that we've got a Wanderer to just max punish, such a good draw. All right. Probably should have. Do we even care about? I guess we do. 3. We're just gonna bash in. Let's see who they block. I guess either way, Rattle Chains is gonna counter the Liliana activation next turn, anyways. Sure. So opponent can reload with 2 more spirits. We're really regretting that fetching a basic land. Blood Moon can't stop us, but we have effectively stopped ourselves. We could have been deploying at least one, and we could have been drawing cards here, which is the big thing. Like, opponent would block the Curious Obsession, but we could have been attacking with the Supreme Phantom as well. Instead, we have a Plains in play. We got to cast that Selfless Spirit, which turned out to be a great line. But there is a penalty to playing around Blood Moon sometimes, and this is it. I know I said I'd do this, but I don't think I am. Path? Lingering Souls? Sure, so they have another one in the graveyard. We can counter it. I don't think we want to, though. We can grind through them. If they tap out, that's pretty good for us, too. Yeah, so we're just going to flash out this Rattle Chains anyways. Because now if we draw a land, we can start doing some bonkers things. So we could have countered that, like I said, but I like playing around an actual removal spell, basically. We're going to give this power and toughness next turn anyways. Okay, sure. This deck is full of micro decisions like that, and they sometimes, a lot of times actually, they're the difference between winning and losing. Oh man. So let's see if they block. Because if there's no way we can get rid of Liliana here anyways. Putting her to 3 doesn't do much either. So I think I value holding up, flashing in a Phantasmal Image to give something hexproof more. So they can get 2 more Lingering Souls next turn. 1, 2. So they'll have 3 souls. Yeah, that's fine. We're basically just trying to not... I think we're very much in the lead here, and I'm just trying to not lose any percentage points here. Like, we've got so many ways to interact with an opponent who's trying to interact with us, and that's really the only way we lose here. Collective Brutality. What's better? Target. Well, I mean, it's just -2/-2. Sure. So then he's going to try Liliana it? Let's flash in Supreme Phantom. So now if they go for Lingering Souls, pretty sure we just sack the Wanderer. Well, I guess we can't because it's 1 power. All right, yeah. All right, so they get their souls. They get their man. -2. Huh. So I'm assuming this means that they have a Bedlam Reveler in hand. They're just trying to spend all their spells. They didn't feel like casting Lingering Souls, which means Liliana is dead. Oh, finally. So is there a way we can just win here? 4, 8, 6. So that's 14. Yeah, we do just win here. If my read is correct, and it always is. This is the game. So this is the kind of bonkers things this deck does. Deck Basta. Don't know what that means. Like even 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Even with that, we're still well in the league. Yeah, so this is like Rattle Chains is messed up deck. Oh no. This is let's just cover that up. Okay. I think they're upset. Or it's a meme. The word champs isn't there. Maybe it's I draw like the spirit of the champs. That's what I'm gonna assume it was. You draw like the spirit of the champs. The spirit of the champs is within you. All right, well that was Blue White Spirits. Oh man, and that's kind of that. Those 3 matches encapsulate perfectly what I've been doing with the deck on my own time for this past week. You make life miserable for your opponents, basically. The combination of Mausoleum Wanderer, Spell Queller, Rattle Chains, like if I can click appropriately, Rattle Chains, these cards. Being able to main deck these, like a Remorseful Cleric, it's just a 2/1 flyer for 2. That's good rate. Don't get me wrong. But being able to main deck Graveyard Hate and basically just, it's 0 amount of punishment. In fact, it remains to be seen if we don't want to be running 4 and 4, like maybe 1 less Curious Obsession. I don't know. Curious Obsession has been good for me. Layering up a Mausoleum Wanderer to give yourself a 4 spike, not a 4 spike. I guess it's not even a spell pierce because it's not non-creature. But basically, making your instants and sorceries for your opponent very hard to resolve. Plus, drawing a card, very good. every single one of our creatures flies. So goodbye block. Hopefully you're not planning them to block opponent, because you're not going to get a chance to. It's just it's not amazing. Like there's no one overpowered card here. It's the sum of the parts is greater than the whole, or the individual. Vapor Snag, we played in matchups that Vapor Snag I think was just good in. Then you can run Path here. You're probably not going to be displeased either way. Usually, we actually played some longer games than I was playing, so Path probably would have been a little bit better than Snag, especially against that that player. Like if they'd resolved a Bedlam Reveler, having a Vapor Snag in our hand would have been pretty embarrassing instead of having Path. But the fact that we can save our own creatures, I have rebought a spell. I flashed in a Rattle Chains to give something hexproof, unsummoned Rattle Chains to give another thing hexproof. I flashed in a Spell Queller to get a spell, unsummoned Spell Queller to flash it back in with Vapor Snag. Like, it's just a good tempo play. And because we fly, we put a lot of pressure on our opponents, so the 1 life actually matters too. So yeah, that's the deck. It's not perfect, but I'm getting there with it, and I think I think just the printing of Remorseful Cleric and Supreme Phantom, I think this was already a very playable deck, but I think having the excess of good playable 2-drops really pushes it to the next level, the next tier perhaps, to the tier of fun and beyond perhaps. Anyways, I'm rambling. Hope you guys have enjoyed Blue-White Spirits. I sure have. This is one of my favorite decks right now. Tier, fun, stamp of approval. Enjoy your moderning. And if you have these cards, relatively budget, even in paper. Aether Vial. Aether Vial is really the only expensive card, I think. It's been a while since I played. There might be some expensive ones here. It's been a while since I bought a paper card, so forgive me if that's wrong. But yeah, relatively budget deck that you can just get out there and jam with. Jam slam. Yeah, bring it to your Friday Night Magic this Friday when it's legal. That's what I'll be doing more than likely. Anyways, hope you've had fun. Hope you're having a good day, and I will see you next video. Peace out. Brown water forever. Welcome to Tier Fun. Welcome to Tier Fun. Welcome to Tier Fun. Oh, not that.